Hey everybody, welcome to Hanging with Uncle. I'm Gene, and let's get started because today, again, we see a history from Cadet Bone Spurs about what his plan is, and people want to ignore it and say, oh no, this is not going to happen. But I want to talk about Portland, Oregon, and him declaring it a war zone. Now, if you've ever been to Oregon, or Portland for that matter, you'll know that total the opposite is true. Okay, I was there a few years ago, and I can tell you that when I went there, I Ubered it from the airport to. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. My buddy was there, and he picked us up from the airport. We Ubered back, but we stayed downtown in the Lucia Hotel, which is, I recommend it. They give you a beer when you check in. That's how tragic Portland is. And didn't rent a car. Everywhere we went in the city, we walked. And it was peaceful. I didn't need a weapon. I did not feel threatened. And today, the citizens of Portland are saying the same thing. This is not a war zone. I've seen clips from journalists driving around the city of Portland with cams in their cars showing no such violence or protest or uprisings or anything. But this is what Cadet Bone Spurs is talking about, because he's doing his best to pull a authoritarian dictator style move. And that is, in my opinion, he's trying to declare martial law. Okay, he's a Hessian where there ain't no aggression. So if he wants to send in military troops to Portland for no reason and have military troops act like law enforcement, which is unconstitutional, then he is acting more and more like an authoritarian. And this is not something new. All we have to do is look back in history and we'll see the same thing, where Hitler burned the Reichstag down and then declared, oh my God, there's violence, we have to have martial law, and created something of panic where none existed before. And that's what this idiot is trying to do in Portland. And we even talked about Lech Walesa a couple of days ago, where he led the union workers on strike because of poor labor conditions. And as a result of that, martial law was declared in Poland. They used the military to threaten and oppress the people because they're not the United States. They can do that, and they will use deadly force against their citizens. And that's what the Mango moron is trying to do here. So let's pay attention to history, see what's happening, because his playbook is so transparent. And again, everybody, we live in the age of technology where everybody has a cell phone that can record, and now you have body cams that you can wear, or even glasses that will record, with AI in them or whatever. Use those features to point out the lies and make sure that the world knows what he's doing is unjustified, illegal, and immoral. I would love to know your thoughts. That's my opinion. I foresee this coming to fruition, maybe not in Portland, but someplace in the United States sometime next year before the midterms, because it's all about maintaining power. It has nothing to do with the will of the people. He wants to be an authoritarian so he can escape justice or accountability, and we the people have the power to say no. And so if you like this information, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when new content comes out. And as always, thank you for hanging with Uncle. And remember, please be kind to one another and treat each other the way you want to be treated. I'm Gene.